Hello everyone, welcome. Happy Wednesday to all. Hope you've had a wonderful week so far. Hope life is treating you good. If you're a parent, hope the summer holidays haven't been too bad just yet. I say just yet because of course, it's only day 3 of the holidays. It could get a lot worse, Everyone says, oh, this is the worst day of my life. It's the worst day of your life so far. It might get worse as we go along. But do you know what? Things are actually pretty good. Things are good. The kids are fine. Holidays are going all right. Although me and them have got the daddy day tomorrow. So that's going to be cool. We're going to have a day packed full of fun, packed full of adventure. Hopefully tie them out so they'll go to sleep. But that'll be great. Tonight, however, is nothing about sleeping. It's about having fun. It's about going back to Hacken. It's about starting season 10. And do you know what? It feels weird to be in season 10, but we absolutely are. So let's get it going. Let's get cracking. Season 10. Here we go. In the words of Fabrizio Romano. Let's have it. Right. Welcome in one and all and sundry. Should say. The league is about to start. Okay, now if you were with us on Monday, you may have seen that the cup started. The Swedish Cup begins before the league, right? And we went on a bit of a tear-up and got to the semi-finals. We actually beat Kalmar on the way to the semi-finals. Beat them in the quarterfinals, just to show you how good Kalmar are. This is where they finished last season. Last season, they finished 3rd, right? Yeah, we beat them. We did. We beat them 1-0. Yeah. Lovely goal from Rasmus Wendt, 95th minute winner. Beautiful. Very sort of like even game. We played some decent football. Things were fine. But this is what we got. Here's Nyland Olshall down the wing. There we go. That was the winner. That's what we needed, right? That got us the win. And we're like, brilliant. We're into the semi-finals. All we got to do is turn up. We've got 1 foot in the final. Those positive steps, Rugio, were quickly scuppered by a 6-1 scudding at the hands of Hammarby in the semi-finals. This was absolute dog shite. I don't know what happened. They tore us apart. And we were at home as well, so we've lost to a rival of sorts in front of our own fans. Maybe we had too many players that played too many games already this season. Maybe the lineup was too familiar. Maybe we hadn't rested. I don't know. There could be loads of potential reasons as to why what happened, but I couldn't, honestly. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong that game, and we were being absolutely demolished. At 4-0, we thought maybe we could make a comeback, brought it back to 4-1, then we gave the ball away. So, yeah, that was 5 minutes to go. Keeper can't keep that one out. And then this is the one to kill it off, as if the game's not killed off at this point anyway. 5-1, it then quickly becomes 6-1. So, yeah. Not ideal. Not great from a performance perspective. And what makes it even worse, we had 63% of the ball. They had 38% of the ball and still managed 24 chances. We only had 8. I don't know what on earth we've done. I genuinely don't know what happened there. So we've got one more friendly, which we're not going to play because, of course, it's friendlies. We've got another week or so left until the transfer window closes. We've got a tiny bit of money left, £112,000. The skin, by the way, 48 on TikTok. The skin is the Musterman skin. So you need to type Musterman FM24 skin into Google and it will bring it up for you. And you can support Musterman by giving him a thumbs up or giving him a follow, either here on Twitch or on YouTube or on TikTok. Mr. Musterman is, of course, in the chat. It's always a pleasure to have him in. So welcome as well to everybody who's here. Of course, the long-term fans, the long-time fans. Anyone who's new, welcome in as well. By the way, I'm Tony. Should do some introductions, really, shouldn't I? This is a journeyman save with a Moneyball twist at the minute, because we want to try and keep things fresh, given the fact that there's still no FM26 on the immediate horizon by the looks of it. So we figured, let's make the journeyman a bit more interesting. We're currently managing in Sweden. We've previously been in Finland. We've previously been in Romania. We've previously been in Poland. So this is our first full season in charge in Sweden. But what's more interesting, of course, should be mentioned, we're out of contract at the end of the season. Now, I want to stay. I would like to stay in Sweden. I've got no main desire to leave. So let's not consider anything at this moment in time. Let's not look at that jobs board. We don't need to see what's out there, because I feel as though we've got a job to do. And do it we shall. Do it we shall. How we do it, don't know, but we will do it. Defos do it. So yeah, we're trying to do a bit of money balling. We're trying to find value where others maybe don't see value. We've done some purchasing. We've done some players that we think might be quite good for the club. So we brought in this guy who's Paul Nieland Orshal, who is who's currently dubbed, or at least was dubbed, the new Erling Haaland. He's now changed his mind, so maybe he's not the new Haaland. But last week he was the new Haaland. Shows how bad a game he had against Hammarby, that they've changed their minds on that one. But he was brought in from Vålerenga, highly sought after. Loads of clubs in Norway wanted him, so we brought him through. Yuno Makolo is a 6'5" Finnish defender. 6'5" is all you heard there, isn't it? And that's all you should hear. No nonsense centre back. He is just going to hopefully be one of our linchpins in centre half. He has a constant scar on his face, which I quite like. So he's there. Ramildo Pereira, despite conceding 6 goals, did pretty well last year on loan at Bromja Kapana. I still won't pronounce that properly. But Brazilian goalkeeper, 6'5", perfectionist. So we thought we'd bring him in. Lickenback is a Swedish no-nonsense centre-half, 6'4". Are you noticing a bit of a theme here? Let's get some big players in. 81% of his headers won. That's what we want from Lickenback in those 5 games already. And then we've also brought in Sigurd Halvorsen, who is a extra body in midfield with lovely hair, very lovely hair. Business at the front, party at the back, 100% here. Looks like he should have decent technique, decent first touch, good passing. So hopefully he can help us do some interesting bits and bobs in the midfield. Scolari must have headed the post at some point. I think so. Probably during that 6-1 defeat, I'd imagine. That's probably where he's done it. But yeah, so that's where we are. Expectations for this season. Let's have a little nosy, shall we? Find out where we're expected to finish. 7th by all accounts. Okay, I can take 7th. 7th isn't too bad. I think the fans and the board want us to finish in the top half, so 7th's all right. We can do that, can't we? Seems reasonable. Evening, Ben. How are you, pal? Good to see you. Welcome in. As I say, welcome to everyone who's joined on TikTok. Welcome everyone who's on Twitch. Welcome to everyone on YouTube as well. Calispira Jason, to do is to dare. Let's be having them. That's the thing. That's the spirit. Easy Demons, that's party at the front, proper Lord of the Rings elf at the back. Well, okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. It does have a touch of Gandalf about it, doesn't it? So, I guess, right, in the Lord of the Rings, if you want to have sex with your mum, is that a Frodoian slip? Disappointed about Xhaka. Ten Hag, shut it down quick. It won't happen. Look, when does a player ever get their own way, Ben? You know, you'll realise that when Isaac leaves. You know, managers don't get their own way. Players get their way. He'll be going, and Ten Hag's gonna have to deal with it. You know, and that's just the way it is. Sadly, for him. Evening MCG, welcome, welcome. No clue what's going on anymore after Biscuit Gate last time. Oh yeah, we did Biscuit tier lists. People weren't happy. They were not happy. I angered a lot of people. He fits us so well. He does, and he'll look great at the start of the season when he runs out. The deal will happen. Like, that's just how football. That's just how football works, isn't it? It'll just happen. I've angered my wife many times, MCG. That Biscuit list was only one of the reasons. In fact, it was only one of the reasons that day that I'd angered her, to be honest. So, yeah, it's fine. I can live with that. You can thank John Bosman for player power. Being able to run your contract down and move for free gave players the power. It did. But also, players don't have to move for free anymore. They just go, I want to leave. And it just happens. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying it's right. But contracts aren't worth the paper they're written on. Not at all. All the Biscuit chat is in the Discord, Ben. We can't go back to it. It caused too much of a discussion. It caused anger among some people. And it was all. I should also point out, by the way, that it was from a very small selection of biscuits that were available. Yeah. Yeah, Isaac and I want them 300 grand. Exactly, yeah. Like, proof that he doesn't want to stay. Right. I'll stay for 300 grand. That's how much I'll stay. That's how much I love being where I am. Yeah. I love this club that much. I want to triple my wages to prove how much I love this club. Yeah. Bourbon was not top. No, it was not. It wasn't, was it? Glicken Rakhof. What does that mean? Glicken Rakhof. Explain, Lupkin. Over Miss Blanks. Easy to see you, buddy. How are we? Welcome. We need to keep an eye on Brummer Pekanya. They should have some very good young ballers. They should. They are the Swedish generation foot. Not a fan of darts. Oh God, no. Darts is dreadful. The only thing worse than darts is the people that go to watch darts. It's like a shit stag do. Can I show you Glick's contract? No. Blanks, do I support a football team? Yes. Sunderland fan, Blanks. You're watching the darts right now. Says more about you than it does about anything else, Ben. Do you know what I mean? You've fallen into my trap there. Yeah. Thoughts on the chances this season? I think we will definitely be in the Premier League this season. Yeah. I'll be disappointed now if we don't finish top half. If we tail off and miss out of Europe, then fair enough, you know. But yeah, anything above fourth bottom is fine. I did say top four, yeah, but we haven't signed a player this week, Ian. So maybe I'm a bit worried now. Yeah, I mean, without Xhaka, then yeah, I don't think top four's locked down. So I'll just take Europe at this point. Yeah. Have I seen a Sunderland fan put a bet on it? No, I haven't seen anything. Sixth. I'll take, you know what, if someone gives me sixth now, I'll take it. Right? Begrudgingly. I'll accept it. And I'll go, alright, fine. Let's take sixth. Yeah. To be fair, 14th is enough for Europe, so we should be okay. Evening Gavilar, welcome in. Not sure what their team is like. They'll be able to compete in the top 10. I mean, look. Let's be honest. Right? We're all friends here. We're all friends. The Premier League's a bit crap. Right? So let's not kid ourselves into thinking that, you know, that Sunderland are jumping into, you know, into something that is far beyond the realms of comprehension. You know, like, this is not like a Sunday League team suddenly turning up in the NBA and being like, oh my God, you know, There's no way this lot can compete. Sometimes it's mindset. Sometimes it's mentality. You know? Are you telling me that teams like Brentford are stronger than they were last season when they've got rid of everybody? No, they're not. Wolves are not stronger than they were last season. They've got rid of everybody. Burnley are also in the league. They're going straight down. Right? West Ham are shit. Fulham are shit. Who else is in the Premier League that's a bit shit? Like, there's a lot of rubbish in that league. Right? I'm not doing the hacky thing of Man United and Tottenham nearly got relegated. They did last season. They shouldn't be there this season. You know, they shouldn't. Whether they will or not is, questionable. 3 teams that came up went straight back down. Yeah, they did. Yeah, because the 3 teams that came up last season were shit. That's the problem. Like, don't worry, Dan. We're going to pivot off football very quickly. Right, we're going to pivot off football very, very quickly. But the 3 teams that came up last year were rubbish. That's the problem. Right? Sunderland have bought well. Everybody's got their eyes on Sunderland now to try and work out what they're doing. And, yeah, if I was Brentford and if I was Wolves and if I was, Fulham, then I'd be a bit worried. I'd be starting to look at myself going, well, what do we do to improve? But, you know what? That's not my concern. What they think. EI code, what game? FM24, E-code. Sunderland are shit as well, says Newcastle fan, who is only happy that Newcastle are now owned by the Saudi government. It's easy to be confident, Ben, isn't it, when you've won a Carabao Cup? Whoa, imagine that. Man, shutting off the entire city for a trophy that nobody wants to win. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You don't rate our signings. We've made some, though. That's the difference, isn't it? We're signing players who've never played in the Premier League. All right. Emil Heskey played in the Premier League. It doesn't mean he's any good. Yeah? There's loads of Premier League players. Doesn't mean they're good players. Marcus Rashford's played in the Premier League. He's crap. There's a lot of Newcastle players that aren't very good. There's lots and lots and lots of players in the Premier League who aren't good. Managers who've managed in the Premier League, not good. This is the problem. The English, I don't even need to have the rest of that sentence. The English just seem obsessed with thinking that Premier League and England is the be-all and end-all. Any player who plays in the Premier League is good. Absolute bobbins. Absolute bobbins. Right. No chance. No chance. There's any but... Right. You know what? Okay. I'm off. I'm off on one. Right. I'm off on one. Let me bring a list up. Right. Okay. There is no way that I am willing to accept that every player who has played in the Premier League is good. Absolute bullshit. In fact, you know what? I'm not even going to search it. There's no point, because it is impossible for anybody to stand by that statement and say, because you've played in the Premier League, you are good. No, that's not true. That is not true at all. Every player except the ones that played for Southampton. Ali Dye played in the Premier League. He tricked Graham Souness into saying he was George Weah's cousin. He has played in the Premier League. Does that mean he's good? Because he's played in the Premier League. All of Luton's squad, absolutely, yeah, they played in the Premier League, so they must be good. Who else, of course, hasn't... who else is... Ronnie Rosenthal played in the Premier League. So he must be great. Who else has played in the Premier League? Ryo Miyachi has played in the Premier League. Jamie Vardy was decent. Do you know how good you have to be to play in the Premier League? Yes. I'm 21, never heard of the majority you're talking about. There's my point, Ben. Go back to school. Right? You're 21. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it is going to sound a bit ageist, but you're 21 talking about football. Nah. At 21, you've got what's called ball knowledge. But no, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. What you've seen is the last 10 years. And even in the last 10 years, there's been some shit. You know, football has changed so much. It has. But it doesn't mean that... But the fundamentals are the same. Like, what you're looking at now is you're looking at athletes rather than actual footballers. You know? Football is crap now. As a sport. It's crap. It's predictable. It's boring. The football you watched is different. The quality is better. The quality is worse now. The quality is worse. Gervinho, shit, massive forehead. Vinnie Jones played in the Premier League. I'm sorry, Vinnie Jones is not good. And yeah, faster does not mean better. Ask my missus. He was gaffer, not brilliant. One of my favourite footballers to watch playing in the air. Opponents bounced off him, could win a ball. Chat shit, get back. Football is robotic. Yeah. Farrell forever. The actor. He was a Premier League footballer, Ben. This shows how little you know. He was a Premier League footballer. Yeah, he played football before he was an actor. He played for Leeds. He played for Chelsea. He played for Sheffield United. He played for Wales. He played for Wimbledon. He won the FA Cup with Wimbledon, beating Liverpool. Again, obviously before your time. But, you know, a giant killing in the day. This has got to be a wind-up. It has to be. It has to be a wind-up. It's got to be. There's no way this is true. Yeah, tell the kids to go and watch football in Italy from the 90s, then they'll understand how great it was. Sorry, I've just realised. We've told him Wimbledon. Wimbledon were a Premier League football club back in the day, and then were sacked off, liquidated, made extinct, and then had to recreate themselves in the non-leagues as AFC Wimbledon. MK Dons were just airlifted in and put down in their place. They didn't even exist. Didn't Gordon Ramsay play for Rangers? No, he didn't. No. He was in their reserves or trials. He never played in the league. I think that's an urban myth. Gavler, what program do you use for streaming? OBS, mate. Farrell Constanta, I do remember you, of course. I do. How is Farrell going? I'm not sure. We've moved on. We've moved on from Farrell. We're in Hacken now. We're in Häcken, sorry, in Sweden. We can have a little check just to see where I genuinely can't believe this. That's brilliant. What, Vinnie Jones, the actor? I hope that's been clipped, by the way, because that is stunning. There's no way Gareth Southgate played in the Premier League. He's a manager, for God's sake. This guy won't know. Roberto Mancini played for Leicester. Like, if he knows who Roberto Mancini is as a manager, like, he used to play football. Guardiola used to be a footballer. Do you know? They're all actors in the Premier League. That is true, Lupkin. They are. They're all actors. I don't know what to say. Pochettino was a player. Yeah. Liverpool Gardner, when's the next Football Manager out? No idea. No idea. They were icons in FIFA. I know they played football. Fuck's sake. I'm glad there's some sort of like Euro trance blasting off in my head at this point. I feel like I'm in a fever dream. Just like, oh, I'm pretty sure I've heard of these players because they were in FIFA. It's like, what? I don't think he is, Moigs. I don't think he is. Milton Nunes, Josie Altidore, absolute dreadful players. Optimus Primus, welcome in. Appreciate the follows. Honestly. Ravanelli and Borough. That was a signing and a half, wasn't it? That was. Used to support Wimbledon back in the day. Blood Arrow. Jumped ship when the whole MK Dons AFC Wimbledon thing happened. It was a bad move in hindsight. There you go. Right. An actual former club, a real football club, went into liquidation and were expelled from football. From all of football. They had to start again. Wow. They won the championship, Farrell. There you go. They won the championship. After Giga Popescu left. I'm not sure how that's tied in, but... Klinsmann at Spurs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Klinsmann was real as well. 33. Appreciate the sub, my friend. Thank you very much. Chris, you need to get in from the start, Chris. Honestly. You keep missing the good stuff. You keep missing the good stuff. We set up Ferrell and they went and won the league. Yes, Ruggiero. So technically we've won the league. I think. Possibly. What's happened this time? Chris, here's a question. If I was to say to you, Vinnie Jones, actor or footballer, what would you say? It's not difficult, Chris. The answer is footballer, right? Because yeah, footballer, exactly. Yeah. Someone in the chat is unsure that Vinnie Jones was ever a footballer and only knows him as an actor, but is convinced in telling us that football is shit now. But also they're 21, so therefore they know nothing. I have ads on, so can't comment on anything you say. Honestly, Ben, you're not missing anything. You're not missing anything. Have I signed Trent Alexander-Arnold yet? Oh yeah, young player, young footballer, baller. Where's Predators? Must be class. Yannick Meese, Zelo, Ted Measy, appreciate the follows. I've got a feeling Mr. J is going to tell me off shortly for shouting. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, I know nothing about football, Chris, because I'm not 21. Unbelievable. Oh. Do you know what? 15 years as a stand-up, I've never written anything as funny as that. Vinnie Jones, what? The actor? Ben won't know what stadium upgrades are like. Roker Park, Baseball Ground, Filbert Street, St Mary's. Main Road. He won't even know what Main Road is. Ben did a silly. He did. He did. Yeah. Apparently you can get things in FIFA. The Greek Leao. The next Sergio Bastia. Most weird was when we appointed Inter Milan's bunch of German, Dutch and English players. We thought about asking Andrei Shevchenko, the politician. No, because they only ever... Vitaly Klitschko is only a politician, isn't he? He's never been a boxer. Oh, bless. You know what? I wasn't even in a bad mood, right? But here I am, George Weah, the president. The president of Liberia was a footballer. What? Who's this Alf Inge Haaland anyway? Has he got the same name as Erling Haaland? Yeah, that's weird. Sorry, Rouge. Zidane the manager. I know. I mean, thankfully, of course, is that Ben lives in an era where Steven Gerrard still doesn't have a Premier League title. So there is that. You know what I mean? I mean, also as well, Ben doesn't remember the last time Newcastle were good. Never mind now. Yeah? Is it popping a bit less now, Rouge? No, Optimus Primus, this skin doesn't have attributes. No, it's an attributeless skin. Oh, sorry, did I ask if it was better or worse? It's the same. I forgot to buy a new XLR cable, Chris, can you tell? When Newcastle got relegated in 16-17, I became obsessed with football. Didn't come from a big football family. 16-17. Oh, Ben, you've been watching football for 10 years. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, I feel bad now. You reminded me too many times. I've got ADHD, Ben, Chris. I've called you the wrong name there. It's not even 10 years. Louis Reese, appreciate the follow. You only know Peter Crouch as a podcaster. Oh. I've watched the old Premier League stuff on YouTube. Oh, God. I tell you what, Thierry Henry, this broadcaster's great, isn't he? I wonder what qualifies him to be a broadcaster. Oh, where do you even start with Premier League? Premier League years 1. That's where you start, right? Like, did you know that Leeds won the last ever Division 1 trophy before the Premier League? Leeds won the trophy, and then they sold Eric Cantona for 1.2 million to Manchester United. Eric Cantona, who'd been on trial at Sheffield Wednesday, League One. Yeah, you're right. So it was called Division 1. Oh my God. Oh my, no. It must have been you can't, because I know the Beatles existed before I was born. Right? I'm sorry. I'm not having it. He won't even know that Phil and Gary Neville's dad is called Neville. Yeah. The Championship hasn't been called the Championship. The Champions League used to be called the UEFA, the European Cup, and it used to be an actual cup where only the champions took part. Hey, imagine that! And it was a knockout trophy. You lot are baffling my brain, Ben. No, we're serious. This is real stuff. The Champions League is a new concept. It was 1996, I think, 95. No, sorry, no, 94, I think it was. The Champions League started, before that, it was just a cup. It was just a cup. It was an actual difficult cup. The champions actually competed for the Champions League, not just anybody in the top half of the table. 92 might have been. Sorry, yeah, MCG. Maybe my dates are slightly off. We've been playing too much FM. These are stories you're playing out in your head. He is on a wind up, isn't he? He's on a wind up now. Matt Letizia wasn't always a mental bloke that got sacked by Sky. He was a good footballer. Scored 2 fucking brilliant goals against Newcastle as well, I remember. Was able to see highlights of players' best moments and montages on football shows. True. 2 points for a win. Do you remember in Italy when you could only have 2 foreign players and it was 2 points for a win? This is... Oh, yeah, you could back pass the ball. The keeper could pick it up. You kill time that way. Nobody ever ran in the half space because it wasn't invented. We're in 2033, Frail Blue. And we are currently BK Hacken in Sweden. No water break. Yeah, we played in the cold back then. Denmark won the Euros. Greece won the Euros. England didn't always get to finals. Yeah. And of course the English fans then didn't complain. But they also complained for not getting to finals. Greece aren't good at football. I mean, they have a European... They've won the Euros. England haven't. Greece are better than England in the Euros. Fact. Yeah. I never watched Premier League in the 90s. Serie A ruled. When did Greece win it? Oh, not that long ago. Like 25 years ago? 20 years ago? 2004? Yeah. So, in your lifetime, Germany had 2 national teams. Oh, mate, Ryan, don't get started on the unification of Germany. Also, there was some years that Russia they split loads of teams. There was a team called Yugoslavia. Then Croatia turned up in 1996. Then was like, who are these guys? And they were class. Romania wasn't a thing. The Ukraine, they were a good side. Dejan Savicevic, Davor Šuker. Czech Republic with Karel Poborský. England should be winning the World Cup, but Eddie Howe should be manager. Fucking hell, Harris. I want whatever you're having for your breakfast. That is a bizarre statement. But you know what? 2 bizarre statements in one thing there. England should win the World Cup and Eddie Howe should be in charge. Am I living in Madville tonight? Eddie Howe is good. No, he's not. Anybody can be good with £400 million worth of players. Also, the Premier League is crap. Bit of Sunderland fan. No, just a human being with a brain. God, everyone's on a mad one tonight, aren't they? They really are. Oof. Oh my God, he was at Bournemouth. He was at Bournemouth. Yeah, and he did fuck all at Bournemouth. He also did nothing at Newcastle till the money turned up. What's your point? Oh, Jesus Christ. To be fair, Ben, he's been following football since San Marino started to score goals. Not true. San Marino hold the record for the earliest goal ever scored against England, of course. Romania has always been a thing. Thank you, Si. Thank you, Si. Sorry, Si. I get mixed up. I should probably say hello to Si, by the way, our resident fact checker in the room. Oh, wow. What else have we missed? Sensible world of soccer. Yes, sensible. Imagine sensible around here. Davor Shuka was a striker in FIFA. Yes, he was. He was. Sasa Churchic, who remembers him? He went on Croatian Big Brother, apparently. Yeah. We won a League Cup, hundreds of millions of pounds spent just to win that. Yeah, oh, and they closed the city down as well. You picked the one country in Eastern Europe that wasn't swallowed up. I know. Of all the things for me to do, Si, were you alive when Graham Souness played? Yes. Yes, he was very, very good. He was very good. I'm not entirely sure what your question is going to be here, but yes. Sasa Churchic played for Villa, if I'm correct. He did. He played for Bolton as well. I think it was Bolton that brought him over. Sam Allardyce managed Bolton. Sam Allardyce invented sports science. Well, didn't invent it, but like he popularised it in the UK. Everyone says that he was obviously, you know, this dinosaur manager. He was not. He was at the forefront of sports science and technology. And Sam Allardyce played for Sunderland and the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Claudio Caniggia played for Dundee. I mean, there is that. That happened as well. World Cup winning Argentinian mid-striker Claudio Caniggia. Swear this guy said the Championship was better than the Premier League. Me? I did, Hals. 100% I did. Even though we're in the Premier League now, I still think that the Championship is a better league. The Premier League's shite. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah. Same guy says a Sunderland fan. What? Hang on, right, I'm going to go back and read this. What's he on about? He prefers Everton to Liverpool. Of course I prefer Everton to Liverpool, because Liverpool... God's sake. I can't... You know what? What I love, right, is that people don't like what I say, and then they still tune back in a week later and be like, oh yeah, there's that guy that said that thing I didn't like. Like, fine. In this day you need money. End of. No crying about money. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go and kiss the feet of a regime that beheads people, shall I? And just do that, and they just go, oh yeah, but it's not really the government, despite the fact it clearly is. And what I'll do is because this is how sports watching works, is they find the fans who are the ones who would welcome that sort of like investment and be like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, like we really deserve this, because you know all Mike Ashley did was, you know, make Newcastle a viable business. But you know, it's fine. Hey, go with it. Take the Saudi Arabian money. You know, enjoy it. Have a wonderful time. You know, enjoy your Carabao Cup, and away you fuck. The lot is. Yeah. How's this gone political? Unfortunately, Yasser, what happens is Newcastle fans talk, right? And the problem is it does get political when Newcastle fans turn up, because they would be nothing without Saudi Arabia running them. Yeah? Ipswich, bigger club than Sunderland. Tell me otherwise. By what metric? Hals, by what metric? I'm willing to discuss it, but by what metric? PSG would also be crap without the Arab money. Agreed. So would Man City. Trophies? Discuss. They haven't won more leagues. They haven't won more FA Cups. So, what facts have you got here? To be fair, Sunderland have actually won more First Division titles than Newcastle as well. So by that, They won a European trophy. Okay, fair, I'll take that. Newcastle, of course, won a Pretendee Fairs trophy. But Sunderland have won more domestic leagues than Newcastle and have won 2 FA Cups. Newcastle have won 1 FA Cup, I believe. I think. Maybe 2, I'm not sure. And a secondary cup, the Carabao. So, not sure what metrics we're using here. So if Ipswich are bigger than Sunderland, then Ipswich are bigger than Newcastle. I remember Newcastle only with Kevin Keegan after that. I mean, honestly. Newcastle's history is very old. No, it's not. That's the problem. It's not old. Newcastle's history is not old at all. The history is still less than Sunderland's. The old history that you have, that isn't very good, is less than Sunderland's history, which isn't very good. Yeah, it's not hard to be bigger than Newcastle. It's true. It's not hard, but, tell that to Newcastle fans. Yeah? Have a good stream. No worries, Ben. Appreciate it. We won the Intertoto Cup. No, everyone's won the Intertoto Cup. Hi, Katie. Welcome in. I hate it when people say United is bigger than Liverpool. Come on. Who cares? Right, Liverpool have now won more Premier League, more top flight, top division trophies than Man United. Do you want people to say that Liverpool are the biggest club in England? Is that what you want to say, Halls? Fine, we'll say it. Liverpool are the biggest club, or the most successful club, sorry. Let's rephrase that. The most successful club in England. Okay? Now, does anybody care? No. But if that's what you want me to say, if we're going to base this on facts, on who's won more trophies, yes, Liverpool have won more trophies. Fine. Move on. Who won more trophies over a sustained period of time? Manchester United. Won more in a concentrated amount of time. Don't mention England. Oh, God, I'm not mentioning England. England, also irrelevant. So, remember when we talked about biscuits yesterday? God's sake, honestly, don't mention Liverpool fans, they're not in England. Oh, that's a good point, yeah, North Wales. What's on the telly tonight that everyone's brought us here? All Newcastle fans are the same. Agreed, Newcastle fans are idiots as well, Hals. Newcastle fans, Liverpool fans, England fans, all idiots. Chelsea fans, idiots. I'll put them all together. I don't care. No Liverpool fans, all London. What? What are you on about? I don't know. Garibaldi's a great... Muster, man. That's the most controversial thing I've heard of today. Garibaldi's are biscuits. No, they're not. No, they're not. All Liverpool fans are from London. They're not. They're from Norway and Ireland. They're from everywhere. Literally everywhere. They're literally everywhere. Which is part of the problem. Do you know what I mean? They're all over the place. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Welcome there. Oh, great. What are we talking about? These are the most sweeping generalizations I've ever heard. Now, Rambling Man, I'm not sure if you're in relation to some of the comments in the chat or my responses, but do you know what? Oh, God. I don't know about you lot, but I've had a great day so far. This has been fun. Can confirm I'm Norwegian. Oh, sorry, Kate, yes, also Scottish. Oh, there's a bit that I don't understand. Explain to me this one, actually, Kate. And me and you, because me and you get on, like, we understand each other, right? What's the whole, like, Scottish, and my family, a lot of Scots, so I get it, right? What's the local team and English team thing? Like, how's that a thing? That's the bit I don't get. Proper clim farmer, like. I mean, what on earth does that even mean? NFC library. He's got the word library in his title, and he's not used English words. Clim farmer, like. Proper clim farmer, like. I mean, you should call yourself NUFC Thesaurus. Clim farmer. I've got no idea. Cling filmer. Clip farmer. No one's clipping this. Nobody cares. Why would I clip any of this to have more idiots come at me on social media? Why would I be like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, here's my views on Newcastle. Everyone knows my views on Newcastle. Everyone knows my views on Liverpool. Everyone knows my views on England. Everyone knows my views on Man United. Everyone knows my views in the Premier League. This is not clip farming. This is me simply regurgitating information that I thought everyone knew. Sadly, we obviously had to clip farm it. Yeah. Carlton Palmer. Yeah, this is just where we are, unfortunately. In the world where, you know, kids ask questions and you know, adults obviously have to respond, and apparently that is content or baiting. But you know, we're all here. It's called expressing your views. Ryan, are you trying to use logic again here? Logic is not welcome. Honestly, Scottish football is shite. See, I didn't want it to be that. The answer, okay. Yeah. For me, Grandad worked the docks of Liverpool, moved to Motherwell, and ended up there. Opinions are like arseholes. Onions are like arseholes. Yeah? Cut them and you'll cry. There, I'll clip that. That's the bit that I'll clip. Not on the rant. I also clipped my Frodo line from earlier. I've got a match, and I haven't even got a clue what's going on here. Yeah. Is there a specific type of soil that is good for growing clits? I believe you need a loamy peat, Musterman. Yeah. Just for Ben's, because where Carlton Palmer is Cole Palmer's dad. Yeah. Carlton Palmer and Patsy Palmer got together and gave birth to Cole Palmer. That's how it works. Arseholes have layers. Oh, they do. And you've got to cut the outer skin off as well. Also, sometimes they're red and sometimes they're white. I don't know. I've gone too far now. I've gone too far. Don't even get a spring arsehole, but. Oh, Jason always makes my day joining your streams, Tony. Thank you, Jason. Oh, honestly, if anybody wants to clip any of this and turn this into anything, I don't even know what it's meant to be. Is Patsy Palmer the ginger from EastEnders? I believe so. I'm not associating myself with anything that's happening tonight. Chris, you're on the payroll. I'm afraid you're complicit in this now. Right? That's the problem. You want paid? Actually, you do want paid. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, you want paid, right? Then you will agree to everything we've said. Chris is paid in cookies. I wish. Please get on Fortnite. No, because I'm not 6. I can't get on Fortnite. Honestly, if I go on Fortnite, the feds will be around being like, you're 45 years old playing Fortnite. What are you after? All salty Newcastle fans are on that. Mate, have you not seen them on Football Manager? Do you know what I mean? Like, they turn up. I'll be cooking everyone. See, again, like, I'm not sure cooking's a... Yeah, maybe I will. Try and buy all the titles. At first, I thought you said trifles, and I was like, I'm going to be in on that, but I don't know what that means. Or trying to buy all the titles. Well, of course they are. Fortnite stream. Imagine. Could you imagine, Si? Oh, my word. Morton Cram, welcome in, buddy. How are you? Pleasure to see you. It's your first time here, so welcome. Oh, wow. Good save by Pereira. Remember the old days when TJ did HelloFresh? It's a different world, isn't it? From back then. How's Minecraft going? Yeah, we stopped that for a little bit. We thought about bringing it back, but I don't know what's going to happen with that. Maybe. People didn't really get on board with it, if I'm honest. To be honest, Kieran, appreciate the follow. Very kind. I do want to play some different stuff though. I do think that we can't do this every night. It's not good for my health. You know, we need to mix it up a bit. It's not about football radio, is it? You would think, right? You would think, Chris. Kieran, my cousin's in the game. Awesome. That's fantastic, Kieran. Is your uncle Carlton Palmer by any chance? Bring back Manscaped. I'm trying. I need to chase them again. They are not they're not great at responding to emails at the minute. Imagine trying to focus on a game like Fortnite while ranting about football history. Honestly, Muster man, I don't know how I'd do it. Maybe I go into GTA and like I have a character that's just like an old man, and all he does is he goes around ranting about football to children. To be like, I said, back in my day, right? And I don't want to be the back in my day guy, but I'm sorry, they make it so that that's the situation, don't they? They've just got these bad takes, because of course they have. Like, I had bad takes when I was in my 20s, right? Because I knew nothing. Like, in my 20s, I thought Stephen Fry was the cleverest person in the world. Because of course I did. Stephen Fry is the intellectual for idiots. Yeah? But it's only once you start reading a little bit more, you realise that Stephen Fry doesn't know everything. You know, and that Jeremy Clarkson isn't just a bit of a laugh, and Boris Johnson isn't really funny because he can't do his hair properly. You know? And you try and like sort of say that just to banter boomers. And then you realise that, oh shit, like, you know, things have got pretty serious pretty quickly. Yeah? And of course it all comes with experience, and you've got to make your mistakes, but back in, at least when we were young, we didn't have the internet to make our mistakes in front of people. If I wanted to say something stupid, I had to send a letter to someone. Even in the piece, welcome, welcome. I feel attacked. It's when you sum it up like that, I really don't like being an adult. It's rubbish, isn't it, Chris? It really is rubbish. Yeah, like boiling football down to who's best out of Messi and Ronaldo. Like anybody cares. Like anybody cares. Who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? Does it matter? Really? Like, it only matters because you're living it. And even then, it doesn't really matter. Also, I'll tell you what, young kids, Wayne Rooney's overhead kick, it comes off his shin pad. Deal with it. It's not a proper overhead kick. It's not a good goal. A good overhead kick is Zlatan Ibrahimovic against England. Vim Malfate, appreciate the follow. Of course, Chris, you're a sensible person. Rooney's overhead kick comes off his shin pad. It's not a real overhead kick. Ben only knows Rooney as a midfielder. He doesn't even know that. Ben knows Rooney as Plymouth manager. Trevor Sinclair's at QPR is a very good one. Yeah. Sir Peter of Crouch. Alright, yeah, he scored an overhead kick once as well. He knows it exists because of FIFA. No, he's got a podcast about Peter Crouch. Zlatan scores to open net. He does, but he's like 30 yards out. Gerrard should have gone to Sunderland. Fuck off, Howells. Right, I'm going to time you out. Do you know what I mean? For nonsense like that. Right, yeah, I'll do that. There we go. I've done it. I'm joking. Well, this is the problem with a comedian, isn't it? So, kids won't know that France cheated Ireland in football. Oh, now it's coming. Now it's coming. Quick question. Who was Trevor Sinclair's overhead kick against? Ooh, was it? Because it was for QPR, wasn't it? What? And it was at Loftus Road. I want to say it was against Wimbledon. Not Wimbledon, West Ham. Emre Can against Watford was one of the greatest. What? Hang on. Right. Ash, I'm not sure what the question is, but look at the list of words you've got there. Emre Can against Watford, one of the greatest. What I don't know what I've missed here, but unless it was, can someone tell me the greatest performance Emre Can had against Watford? They're playing red. Sheffield United, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Wrexham. Emre Can's bicycle kick against Watford. It was good, but it's not the best. I don't remember it personally, but let's face it, it's against Watford, so it can't be that good. You know, because you've got to, again, you've got to consider the opposition level as well. Yeah. So not only is the ability of the player, that's got to be part of it. So Emre Can, unlikely to score an overhead kick like that. Yeah. So again, that's an incredible piece of skill. But to do it against a team against Watford, fine, Emre Can gets that opportunity. Does he get that opportunity against Real Madrid? Maybe not. Gareth Bale in the Champions League final, now that's an overhead kick. It's a scissor kick, not a bicycle. Oh, now we get into the real nitty gritty. Is it a scissor or is it a bicycle? Right. You know what? This is where the stream has descended now, and I like it. I'm all for it. Right. And I can't show it on screen because for some reason YouTube likes to try and cut things off. Right, I'm going to have a watch of this. Right, and I'm going to watch it and I'm going to decide whether or not... Oh, Ristic has scored, makes it 3-2. Oh, that's a scissor kick. Piss off, is that a bicycle kick? It's a scissor kick. It's absolutely a scissor kick. That is not an overhead kick. Because do you know how? His foot is not over his head. Right, Tristan, you have missed an absolute minefield tonight. Welcome in, though, my friend. Right, that is a scissor kick. Okay, since you got bored, distracted, Trevor Sinclair's was against Barnsley. Was it against Barnsley? I'm gonna pull this one out. Do you know what? We can all watch these as well at our own leisure. Trevor Sinclair, overhead kick. Now, again, I remember this hitting the classification of overhead kick, right? Let me just see, just again, so I can refresh my memory. I remember this as an overhead kick. Oh, 100% an overhead kick. 100% an overhead kick. Right? This is an overhead kick. It was sideways, but above his head. No. He's coming in at it at this kind of angle. That's a scissor kick. Gary Cahill's against Birmingham. I think that's overhead, but then that's jumping, isn't it? Again, it says Gary Cahill overhead kick, but it's easy to Google it that way, right? Now, and again, oh, right, okay, so again, maybe we're getting in the weeds here, but overhead kick, scissor kick, bicycle kick. Bicycle with a full motion, a full range of motion. Yeah? Okay. Now, let's see what Gary Cahill's. I think Gary Cahill classes as overhead, but I think he's a sort of flying volley almost. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I'm not sure that's overhead. I think that's flying, twisting volley. I'm happy to debate it. Garnacho. Literally, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at goals from last season. Like, do you know what I mean? This is where like football is at now, isn't it? That nothing exists beyond last year. Right, Garnacho. Yeah, that comes off his foot. That's definitely an overhead kick. Yeah, Garnacho's overhead kick is an overhead kick. Rooney's isn't. It comes off his shin. Emre Can's is a scissor kick. Nick Wright's his textbook overhead kick. Who's Nick Wright? Fly twist volley. Is this Nick who? Nick Wright, overhead kick. What's Nick Wright done? Who is Nick Wright? Flashback Friday. Watford versus Bolton. Okay, this is like proper 90s. Playoff final 1999. That is overhead kick. It does come off the bottom of the shin pad, but it's where the ankle joins, so it's not full shin pad like Rooney's. Garnacho, Rooney, Ibrahimovic. Oh yeah. But also there's better than Garnacho. Bales is better than Garnacho's. Yeah. People dispute the overhead kick because of Karius. Nobody would say that. I agree. I think the Bale overhead kick is insane. And also, I hate to say it, but the one that, you know, the Portuguese, he who shall not be named, scores an absolute belter against Juventus. But we're not going to show it, of course. Yeah, but there's the Gareth Bale one. Demba Ba versus Chelsea. Thunder Bastard Banana strike. Yeah, but it's not an overhead kick, is it? Yeah. What is a Gita? Overhead. It's not bicycle, it's scorpion. Of course, yeah, it's a scorpion. It reacts like a scorpion with a spike with a stingy tail. What skin pack is this? Asks George. This is the Musterman skin, George. So if you type Musterman FM24 skin into Google, you'll find it. None of it will matter next season when Darwin Núñez fires one in. Oh, and what an own goal that will be, Katie. It'll be superb. Yeah, Husky, appreciate you. Welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. Oh dear. Alexu, appreciate the follow. Very kind. A 60-yard bicycle kick which bounces off the corner flag. What about Andy Carroll versus Crystal Palace? Let's have a look. I mean, these all feel... I mean, this is 8 years ago, so this is prime Ben territory. I mean, this is even called Andy Carroll's scissor kick. It's a scissor kick. It's a scissor kick. It's a scissor kick. Wissa versus Chelsea was a bicycle kick that he set himself up for. If that was this season, we're not looking at anything from this season. Garnacho's still too new. Rivaldo's overhead kick. What was a bicycle kick against Valencia? What team we managing with BK Hacken in Sweden, Alexu? Yeah, that's definitely an overhead kick. That is definitely an overhead kick. And he takes it on his chest. And he does. You know, and he's playing for Barcelona. Right? Rivaldo won them the league as well. Oh, that's how you win the league. Yeah, that's better than Emre Can doing a scissor kick against Watford. Husky, my save right now is Coventry. I've lost the playoff final. Shall I stick with the team or leave? Don't know. Like... Do you feel as though you could go back again? Husky, do you think you can get them promoted? Did you overachieve? Do you want to stay there? Do you think you can go somewhere else, somewhere better? I mean, how long have you been there as well? That's a question. You know, have you been there for a while? Do you want to try pastures new? Alexu, we're in season 10 now, my friend. We're in 2033. Is Cantona kicking a fan technically an overhead kick? Oh no, it was a kung fu kick. If anything, it was more of a flying front kick. I've won it, even if it was against Newcastle. Carboni with an overhead kick against Newcastle. Where is it? Let me have a look. I mean, Benito Carboni was some player. Let's have a watch. This is very 90s. Oh, there's a couple of touches in there. That's a belter. Mexes against Anderlecht was a belter. Oh, Mexes it was. Well, now was that? Now was that a scissor kick or a bicycle? That might be a bicycle, you know. Yeah, that's a bicycle, and this is from a centre half as well. So again, think about, you know, adding the player, where he's done it, the match he's done it in. So he's done it in the top half of the Division League in Europe. Extra points for being a defender. There's a goalkeeper who scored an overhead kick recently as well in one of the African leagues. Yeah, Mark Poom scored a header. We know that. Down 2-0, needed to beat Valencia to qualify for the Champions League. Rivaldo scores 2, draws the injury time, decides to bicycle kick it outside the box. I mean, for the story and for everything that's attached to it, that Rivaldo goal, there's a lot there, isn't there? There's a lot to like. We love a bit of narrative. There is a lot of narrative in there. Right, Joe McNabb injured. We didn't get another left back in, really, did we? Mustafa's going to have to go in there. Well, Lickenback, I suppose, can go left back. Then McCullough can go centre back. Ayari's back in. There's Degerforge. Is Josefsson's back as well. Nygaard. There we go. Roberto Carlos versus Denmark. Bicycle kick. See, this is the sort of stuff that I want to debate. Not oh, you know, is, you know, what's the best Newcastle player or whatever. Shite. You know, are Ipswich better than Sunderland? What? Versus Denmark. Alter, it's 13 minutes worth of highlights. It doesn't seem to just have the goal. Have you got a link to the Denmark goal site? Because I can't seem to find it, unfortunately. All I'm getting is Roberto Carlos free kicks. Oh, hang on, we've got 57 seconds worth of highlights. Maybe I'll see it here in short format. I mean, this Brazil side were decent, weren't they? They were probably, you know what? I'd say this Brazil side were almost as good as prime Man City. Yeah. Or is it Roberto Carlos when he tries to do an overhead kick and Laudrup scores from it? Yeah. If that's it, then yeah, I've just seen it. Best diving header. Or Keith Houchin for sorry, Chris. Coventry versus Spurs in the FA Cup final. Best diving header goal is Van Persie for Holland. I don't know. Do you know what? Kevin Ball scored an absolute belter against Chelsea. Kevin Ball header Chelsea. Let's just see if we can show you this. Right, this is a Absolute banger of a diving header. 1-0 up. You can't even see. Like, honestly, the quality on this is so bad. Does it have to be a goal? Phil Jones versus Shuley up there. Yeah, here's one where he's doing it on the floor. Very now, Ben. FIFA cards should never rate Rivaldo class. Do you think Ronaldo's bicycle kick on Rooney's was better? Well, Rooney's, we've already said, Husky wasn't an overhead kick because it came off of his shin pad, so it's dreadful. And Ronaldo is a alleged rapist, so I'm gonna call that a draw. This is why we're discussing what's a better overhead kick. Gareth Bale's is better. And do you know what? I'll tell you, Eric Cantona's goal against Sunderland's class as well, where he sort of like dances around, and then just like chips. I think it's Lionel Perez who just stands and watches it go in, and then you've got that Cantona like je ne sais quoi, like does all that, you know, prime Cantona. Best football song, and why is it Peterhead? I need context, Si. Sure, Gus Poyet scored an unreal diving header as well. Gus Poyet, I feel Gus Poyet used to score loads of volleys. Do I rate Garnacho's free kick? It's fine. It's against Everton though. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna tell, if you want me to be impressed by something, give it a level. Like, bring it up to a moment that matters. Like, honestly, Husky, go back through the chat. There's loads of overhead kicks we've posted up tonight in here that are better than those. You know, there's a goal by Philippe Mexes, who's a centre half, who takes the ball. There's a free kick sent out to him. He takes it on his chest and then overhead kicks it from just outside the area in the Champions League as a centre half. That's better than Garnacho's. Do you know what I mean? Like, Peter Crouch's overhead kick against Arsenal was just fine. That was a scissor kick. It wasn't an overhead kick. It was a scissor kick. But it was against Arsenal. It was scissor. Gareth Bale did it in a Champions League final. Yeah. The occasion means almost as much as the goal. I would say it means more, because to have the audacity to pull that move off in that moment against surely a higher level of opposition, knowing that what could go wrong and the cost implications of not successfully executing it, then of course it means it's better. Like, to, you know, no disrespect, but if someone scores an overhead kick in a match between Cambridge and Shrewsbury, does anybody really care? It's the equivalent of, like, you know, you chop down a tree in the woods and no one's there to hear it. Does it make a sound? Like, yeah, fine, it'll be a great goal, but no one's going to remember it in 10 years' time. Whereas if it's in the Champions League final, World Cup final, then people are going to talk about it for years to come. It's going to be shown all over the place because you've done it on the biggest stage. That's when you go, that's the level that you can get to. You know, and not everything has to be done in a Champions League or a World Cup final. Of course it doesn't. You know, it could be that Rivaldo one that you've mentioned there, the one where, you know, Barcelona are 2-0 down, they need to pull level to get the Champions League. They then win the game by Rivaldo, who having already scored twice, takes the ball on his chest and overhead kicks it from the edge of the area to win the match and win the title. That's a great story. That's much better than Garnacho scoring against Everton. Payet's free kick was great. I need more context than that, Husky. Again, this all feels very, very new. You know, Roberto Carlos's free kick against France was great. Thunder punted from, like, you know, 35 yards outside of his foot. Bends, I believe the young people say swazzers, bends a ridiculous way. And I don't think anyone's ever done it since. It goes so wide and then comes back in again. It's an unbelievable free kick. What about Messi's Panenka free kick? Like Messi does a Panenka for a free kick. Paya's free kick was unreal. Right, this had better be good. This had better be the best free kick I've ever seen against Crystal Palace. The curve and the dip is unreal. Right, well, let's have a look. Right, I'll be the judge of this, okay? Because obviously I'm in charge. And I'll be completely impartial. Okay? Right, it's 3 years ago. This is nonsense. This is a nonsense free kick, right? The football that they're taking with, again, let's think about this, right? The football that you're using will also dictate the ability of the free kick. These are these stupid, light, flyaway ones. Ridiculous. I want to see someone twat a free kick with a leather casey, right? That's why I'm saying Roberto Carlos. Let's have a look at this and with this little beach ball. He's not even that far out. Are you about to tell me that a free kick against Crystal Palace is the best free kick you've ever seen? Right, let's have a watch. Okay, so he's not that far out. He's about 21, 22 yards. If that, 20 yards, we'll call it. What moment of the game are we in? Is it just a regular league game? What's riding on this? Okay, fair wall. Tallest one's in the middle. And he's going to pop it up into the top corner. Completely unbiased, but it happened in the Premier League. It's shite. I'm not saying that, Matt. I'm not saying that just because it's in the Premier League, it's shite. But realistically, that's not the best free kick, is it? That's not the best free kick. Kieran Richardson's against Saudi Arabia. That was just a thunder. That was just an absolute thunder one, wasn't it? Right, that's the sort of free kick that takes. If you get in the way of it, it hurts you. Okay, again, it's right on the edge of the area. That's absolute blasties. Okay, I'm not saying it's the best, but I think Chris has said that anything scored by Juninho from Lyon is incredible. Gerrard versus... I was counting down to see how long Tunie would take to offer a Liverpool example. I'll tell you what's a great free kick. Another one from Liverpool. The same as Peter Crouch's over here kicking against Arsenal. The best goals ever. Tell you who's the best goalkeeper. Jesse Dudek. Oh, Beckham versus Greece. Yeah, do you know what? Fine. That's, again, there's something riding on it. There's something riding on it. It's that, it's not just that Beckham's got, and again, this is from a Scotland fan, right? It's not just Beckham has to score to get England to qualify. It's at Old Trafford, where, of course, was he still Man U at that time as well? I think he was, wasn't he? So it's not like it's even at Wembley, where if he misses it, of course, then it's like, fine, he's missed it at Wembley. But to miss it in Old Trafford and then go straight back to Old Trafford and play the following season, there's pressure there. Sorry to be so predictable. Look, Tunie, it's just the way it is. I expected it. Everyone's very, very picking for their own sides. But Alisson header is not the best. No, not even the best goalkeeping header. Mark Poom. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Man U. Oh, that was good, actually. That was. But yeah, anything by Juninho from Lyon is a great shout, by the way. Again, look at it. I mean, this is Champions League. This is like against the Manchester United team as well. Jimmy Glass, best goalkeeper goal. I mean, Have you heard of a player called Jorge Campos? But again, Jimmy Glass, for the moment that he scored and the importance of that goal, there's nothing better than a last-minute goalkeeper winner goal, is there? It's beautiful. Best goalkeeper headed goal is Paul Robinson for Leeds. Lionel Messi once scored a free kick under the wall that resulted in every team on the planet lying down for no reason. Yeah, I mean, look, it's not just that. There's also the Messi Panenka, isn't there? Which is like, this is like a silly free kick, right? Look at this. To have the audacity to try this and to be able to make it. Ronaldinho was quite good at free kicks. Yeah, he was quite good. Ronaldinho was quite a good footballer. Obviously, since football. But look at this. Right, this is the one against Espanyol. I've just popped it in the chat there. Okay. How is he supposed to score a free kick from here? Blast it? Do the old paille up and down? Paillette, however you pronounce it. Just dink it. Just literally just dink it. Ristich is injured. Right, Orshall's going in. Ronaldinho 0-2 still haunts me. I think it still haunts David Seaman, doesn't it? Lob from the halfway line. Oh, the shame. But again, that's the level that people can play at. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that little dink free kick's pretty impressive, isn't it? Also, as well, by the way, if nobody has seen the Roberto Carlos free kick, then, which, you know, anybody over the age of 20 will definitely have seen it, right? Oh my, the women's Euros! What's happened? What's happened, Muster Man? It was all drama yesterday, wasn't it? Right, watch. I mean, look. Right, if you've got the Roberto Carlos video up now, how far out is he when he figures he's going to try and take this free kick? Is it a 45-yard overhead kick? It was a scissor kick, unfortunately, Chris, so it doesn't count. Yeah. Daniel Batista's free kick against Torino for AEK Athens. Round of 16, pure anger. Oh, an angry free kick. Ooh. Right, so the distance, 114th minute winner. Oof. So what does that do for the... So what's happening then? Is that... Who's through? Spain? So England versus Spain again? Is that what it is it? It is. IR event. Oh, goalkeeper's already gone. Remember the goal where the striker was near the byline and bent it with a volley? Oh, really? This is what I want to see. 35, 40 yards, belter free kick goals. Yeah. If you're not twatting a free kick, what's the point? Lulu Booster in on the prime. Thank you, Lulu Booster. Appreciate you. Hope you're well. Like that, without the volley, but more of a goalkeeper error. I don't want goalkeeper errors. So nothing like that. Yeah. Do you remember the Diego Maradona goal against England? Not like that, right? It was very similar to Gary Pallister for Middlesbrough, presumably. He might have scored a goal similar to it. Don't know. If not, think of something else. It was a bit like something else. All good, been working when I can, been poor though. Hey, don't stress. Don't stress at all, Lulu Booster. Don't stress. Daniel LaRusso's kick in 1984 or in Karate Kid. Mikola makes it 2-0. Ali Chok resignation. Presuming that's Turkish football, I'm guessing. Can you remember ITV? The Premiership was better than Match of the Day. Oof. I remember when they had the big match on ITV, and it used to be Division 1 football on a Sunday, and you could watch it with Saint and Greavesy on afterwards. That's what I remember. Or even before. Yeah. Offering Saint and Greavesy offering their hilarious takes on football. Football viewed through the eyes of two alcoholics. I swear the big match was always Charlton. It was Charlton versus West Ham every single week. Apart from that time, it was West Ham versus Ipswich. Yeah, and even in the middle of summer, the pitch was muddy. It was just like, oh well, this is where we are. Quick, let's have an interview with Ipswich captain John Walk for no reason. A little bit before your time. Oh, you'd have loved it, Chris. The only better thing the ITV Premier League show had was the intro song. Yeah, was that you too, was it? Roma's Florenzi had a better crane kick. Oh, now we're getting into the specific, a crane kick. Like that, or should always interview John Walk. The moustache deserves as much airtime as possible. Yeah. John, great playing for Ipswich, but what happened when you were in Escape to Victory? How does this compare to playing against Pele in a film? Oh, by the way, Ben, if you're still around, Pele was also a footballer and not just an actor. Imagine trying to clear that one up. Oh, Pele, the man with erectile dysfunction. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Footballer, apparently. Phew. Can you believe it? Picture the valley is like my front garden, gets 4 hours of sun per month and is always wet. That's what she said. Don't tell about the early career of philosopher Eric Cantona. Would never know. I had to tell him that Paolo Mancini was a manager. It's a footballer. It's weird, isn't it? Imagine, right, trying to talk to people through like your 20s now, going, and then show them a picture of Attilio Lombardo and going, he used to play at the top level, you know. Like, that was him in his mid-20s. Yeah, that's what athletes looked like back in the day. What a specimen, a fine specimen. IR with the ball through, Vent. If anyone's remotely interested, by the way, we're winning 3-1. And I think we've won 3 matches tonight. We've won the 3 matches we've played. Not even slightly interested. Chris, maybe this should be the YouTube content we make. And it should just be like, right, no more. Obviously, Kev's been talking about the era of the Let's Play is dead. And I would probably agree, actually. In terms of content, you know, it is a bit dead. You can't really get people to keep investing in this sort of stuff. But maybe my content is trying to put this stream into some element of like, this is what you missed. Because ultimately it's got to be a reflection of me, isn't it? You know, it's like, right, what do we miss in a TJ stream? And quite frankly, what we've missed is all the FM. I mean, I don't know how you'd even begin to edit any of this, to be honest. But at least it would be personality, and you would be like, right, do you know what? In this case, it's a podcast with FM in the background. If even that. If anything, I think FM just gets in the way. It's a long form version of those TikToks that have shitty train surfing game while someone talks. It's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, Chris. But yeah, I ended up watching a video of I think he's Australian, but he seems quite a cool guy actually. He's sort of talking about like content creators and how they should like view their own work, and like sort of how they should become their own niche and work out, you know, why they do stuff, and you know, the rationale behind it, and how they can get their own personality across into their content. And I just think that me talking about Football Manager is not what people sign up for. So how do I make a Football Manager YouTube channel with no Football Manager content on it? That's the question, right? That's the ultimate, like, that's the $1 million question. Why are you here? Not asking why I do it. Like, why do I do what I do? Ignore that. Why are you lot here? If you compare that to Kev's stream, actually, fuck all about FM. That's fair. That's fair. Most iconic retro kit for me, Fiorentina with Nintendo sponsor. Good shout, Ryan. That does. I mean, I'm not sure I would go with the most iconic retro kit. I'll take it. It's up there, absolutely up there. I'm a sucker for the Netherlands Ipswich template from 1988. I'm a sucker for that. I'm here laughing my arse off instead of working. There you go. That's the stream title. So what's the crack then, Mitan? Ali Chok resigned. Who is that? What? Fenerbahce? That's not Fenerbahce. That's Mourinho, isn't it? Galatasaray manager, possibly. 4-2 win there against Mjelby. The old Croatia home shirts were iconic. They were. That 96 one was class. We spent half an hour ranking biscuits last night. No one gave a fuck about FM. It was great. I think, if anything, I think it's FM that's the divisive thing in here. I reckon we go to just chatting and have FM on in the background and see if anyone notices. Yeah. Get people in coming in telling us our opinions are based. Whatever that means. I don't even know what KWK means. Yeah. Some strange fucks are just chatting. Oh, 100%. 100%. People wearing cat ears. FM is the silent glue keeping it together. I think the silent glue is what I'm currently absorbing. Just to confirm, by the way, I'm not boffing glue. Just in case anyone's thinking, that probably explains a lot, really. You know, I can't say I'm sure. I can't say, well, do you know what? I can confirm I'm not doing it right now. Yeah, unless, of course, it probably is seeping through somewhere. But be fine. When was the last time someone used the term boffing? Do you know what, Mustard Man? I use it probably far more regularly than anybody ever needs to. Is it something else sticky to me to guess? It's all of me fingers. Oh. Still getting over salt vinegar squares, getting God stares. Honestly, I've not seen a saltier or vinegarier crisp in my life. So, they're in God. I will not hear a word said against it. Chipsticks are saltier, but are they more vinegarier? I said that they were both. Salt and vinegar discos. I mean, look, I'm willing to try this out, but I still say that the square is far more saltier and vinegarier. I apologise watching TJ streams to absolutely fucking no one. Yeah, I apologise to no one. Exactly. Chipsticks are not crisps to start. Again, I'm not convinced that they're crisps, but I can't categorise as to what they are. They're made of maize. Squares aren't even a proper crisp. 90 calories of shit thin potato. I mean, very similar to discos then. They're in the crisp aisle. So is popcorn, Chris. Checkmate. Yeah. There. Even chicken. Also, almond milk's in with cereal. Doesn't make it cereal. Or also doesn't make Weetabix milk. And technically almond milk isn't even milk anyway, so. Oh, I can get pedantic as well. Just you watch me. Chicken, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Musterman skin. Chicken. The Musterman skin. It's a thing of beauty, I absolutely agree. To get the Musterman skin, you have to follow that link. Or type Musterman skin FM into any of your search engines and it'll turn up. What cyclist has put us reached the level as a TJ stream? Circles are saltier and vinegarier than squares. It's pure trigonometry. Are we being shapist? Do you think that the circle is more powerful than the square? Oh. I do. Right. Here's what I think. Circles are class. Don't get me wrong, right? Big fan of circles. Circles are everywhere, right? We live on a massive circle, right? The Earth, of course, is round. It is a globe. Spoiler alert for some people who think it's a straight line, right? But they also refer to it as the four corners of the globe. Now, where do you get corners? Squares. So squares are better than discos. You're not going to believe the amount of nonsense I've clipped from this stream tonight. Right. Kettles are better than salt and vinegar. Oh, kettles. No, kettle chips don't have any flavour at all. I challenge anybody to tell me that kettle chips have flavour and actually believe it. All you're tasting is greasy or oily. Yeah. Trigonometry, someone's far too. The Earth is a square. The Earth is technically a square, Katie. Exactly. Can I type out a stringer on Twitch? Shall I go to like some sort of be right back screen where you can all like have a discussion and be like, what do we do about DJ? I think we need to take away some of his opinions. The crisp chat reminded me of a bag of beef Monster Munch. I couldn't be happier. Yeah, Earth is a cube. I mean, look, it's not technically a cube. Of course, it's not a cube, right? But nobody ever says the four corners of a circle, do they? So the reason that they're saying corners is because squares are class. Yeah. They don't go, oh, the four bits of a circle. Circle's one bit. Oh, I'm going to travel to the front, back, and sides of the globe. That would make more sense. I'm going to go at the top, the bottom, and then round it. But no, they simplify it and they go, right, what's logical? Big square. Look at these football stadiums. They're not circles, are they? Granted, these are rectangles, but let's go and find until he started the square earth nonsense. I'm more than happy for this to be the thing, right? It's correct. Oh god, TJ's a square earther. What? Ryan's off to Tesco to test the theory. It's not good him testing it. It's me, the decision maker in the process. Or we should all test and then we should have a poll. Yeah? And of course, around here, that'll finish 50-50 and we'll have to continue this nonsensical debate going way into the future. We need to talk about Tony. It sounds like an Oscar-winning movie if I've ever heard one. Oh, I don't think it'll win an Oscar. I think it'll be one of those straight-to-video movies. Oh, we're getting hammered. Honestly, I've heard more sense from Patients with Psychosis. You know, when you go out a few drinks, you want to go home really content. The next morning you wake up and remember the nonsense you said out loud. Yeah, welcome to my life. And I stand by it all. Sour cream kettle chips have flavour. Do they, Dan? Are you sure? I'm not convinced. Oh, is it a nice flavour? That's a good question, actually. We haven't established whether it was a good or bad flavour. Yeah. Like a cat's bumhole probably has flavour. Is it a nice flavour? Don't think so. I don't know why cat's bumhole was the first thing I thought of. But, you know, cats tend to lick their own bumholes, so they must be alright with it. Yeah, must be fine. I mean, from a cat, I suppose, really. But then again, cats eat pigeons and mice. So, probably sit there going, you know, it's quite nice having a mouse. I've been eating bumhole all day. This is why I love TJ Stream. It's a narrative. The train of thought is a branch line, not an express. It's a deep dive into ADHD. It's a cry for help is all this stream is, really. Oh, God. I used to have to do this on stage. Oh, and now we've gone full circle. Full square. We've gone full square. Whenever the word cat is said in this chat, I wonder if it's a trigger word to summon the mental kid. Yeah, we also probably need to have a command as well that that Vinnie Jones was a footballer. This proves discos are better than squares. I don't think this has proved anything. It's time to give Mrs. J a break. Yeah, this is the reason that we're here, innit? She's just sat in the other room crying. It's like, why me? This is the life we all chose, though, right? We've pulled one goal back. That's good. If anyone is remotely interested. Oh, God, giving the ball away. 3-1 now, I reckon. Oh, no, 2-1. Oh, well, is it? Right, now it's 2-1. People say they go travelling around the round, not travelling at 90-degree angle. Potentially. Generally, my plan was to pop in here for 10 minutes. That was at 9:30. I'm terribly sorry, Chris, but also not sorry. You knew what you were getting into. The second you click in here, you know that no good can come from this, right? As I say, you missed all... Weirdly, you missed all the nonsense beforehand. I don't know what... Right. If we were to poll it, which bit was more stupid? The start or this bit now? McCullough makes it 2-2. At least you're being paid. Not for this bit, he's not. He's done the bit that he gets paid for. He's doing this out of his own free will now. And he gets paid to listen to the sensible bit. Although on the podcast, I must admit that myself and Matt, second yellow card, did start talking about the mafia again. So... You know, there is a difficult thing to work out which bit is the sensible bit, isn't it? The bit where your angry man yells at kids about football, or the bit where you claimed the world was a square. Yeah, pretty much that. I'm just going to clip that, put it in the Discord, and go. I had to delete a message at 1 AM saying, if you start this podcast again, I'm going to hurt you. Yeah, 3 takes for the intro. Simple question answer. The most boring, stupid bit was Ben asking about Vinnie Jones being a footballer. Yeah. Yeah. Get Chris on the mod chat, by the way. Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. Well, no, because then all you'll do is be like, oh yeah, we need to have an intervention. This is all you're doing is you're unionizing, and I don't want that. Ben's quite the character. Used to do a bit of editing work for it. What, young Ben? Bless him. Bless him. I didn't think he was old enough to have a job. Was he like giving you his paper round money? He seems very excitable from the time we raided into him. Give me 2 random teams, says Lou. Okay. Shimizu S Pulse in the J League and Pumas. Okay. Now what? Ruggios offered you Rochdale and Valencia. Swindon and Madagascar. Aberystwyth, that is a random one. Chris will need to launch a union. Will need a union when he's forced to launch the Earth is Square YouTube channel. Do you know what? I think I'd have right. Hang on, how do I word this? I reckon I could come up with some pretty decent batshit theories that would get some traction. Granted, with the wrong people, right? But I reckon if we started some crazy notions, we'd be able to get a bit of a following. Probably more than this Football Manager nonsense. Oh, great save. S-Pulse, they're the lads I started the 24 save with. Such a good little club. Get in, Team Dubs. Those batshit people will spend money. Exactly. And they'll give me crypto. And I don't know if I should be trusted with crypto, but I probably should be. 2 random teams from the top 5 leagues. Oh, that's not random at all then, is it? What you're saying is, can you pick a save for me that's either Real Madrid or Liverpool? So what I'll say Sunderland and Saint Etienne. TJ becoming a crypto bro is something we need to see. I think so. I think me and Joe Rogan. And another thing about the government, man. Hanover and Como. Ooh, nice. Crystal Palace and Torino. Yeah, I think... what else can I do? Let's bring an extra defender on. Actually, let's try and pretend to suggest we know what we're doing, and that we can maybe see a game out. Why are we always naming 2 random clubs in the top 5 leagues? Because people don't understand that there's other things in the world of football, Chris. They only know the top 5 leagues because that's of course all they've been given. They aren't aware that there's other nations and other leagues that exist, and because apparently it's only the Premier League, innit? Sadly that's how football is these days. We'd all love it to be different. Wolves and Wolfsburg. Oh, there's a thought. Go ahead, Eagles and Crystal Palace. Double Eagles, yeah. Okay. My crazy theory is Clates killed FM25. The last post on FM Twitter was congratulating on going full time, then everything disappears. Yeah. I mean, that theory is out there. And there are several people who subscribe to it. Yeah. Even I think he's now starting to admit that he's in on it as well. We've definitely triangle defences ourselves right out of space tonight. Chat, as always, you've been wonderful. I think we've done well. Glenn says I'm going to Japan and China next April. Hope I can catch a Shinju S-Pulse game. Shanghai's stadium looks mega. That would be class. My mate's out in Japan at the minute, having a great time. He went to a match with his son the other day. I thought it was Zealand killing it back when he asked for better graphics. No, we all killed it for asking for information about the game. So they just decided, you know what? Let's just pull it. There's no reason. They're not ready for it. Oh, goalkeeper's out. Goalkeeper's out. Go on, Nygaard. You've got an open goal. Yes! Go on. That's what you get for coming out of your goal trying to get a last-minute equaliser goalkeeper. Watch this. Go on. Nygaard's got him. Look at him sprinting back. He's got no chance. Nygaard, head up. Have a bit of that. 5-3. That's how you win football matches. And there you go, everyone. A proper clip from a stream. An FM stream clip. Granted, it's not about the Earth being square, but still. Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah, the Wokes. The Wokes said that it was women, wasn't it? Women in graphics. That's what killed Football Manager off. Oh no, terrible. Oh, great tackle. But still a goal. Oh dear. Joe Rogan asked Tony, do you know jiu-jitsu, Tony? Yes, have you tried it? What's your thoughts on it? It changed my life. TJ, I haven't met Brazilian yet, Joe. Calm down, mate. Yeah. I do regular jitsu. Extra polygons for the women's game broke everything. Well, if only they'd use squares. Unity killed FM25. You all killed FM25. FM25 killed FM25. It's fine. I'm ready for a new game, but I've had saves and moments that wouldn't have happened without the cancellation. That's the situation, Coco. You know what I mean? It's all about, all about telling stories, this game, and having fun. And I don't understand how you can't just keep having fun. Yeah. Just pick another league. Pick a league you've never managed in. Pick a nation you've never seen. Pick a club you've got no idea who they are. And just go with it. Nygaard says that Walkers do the best salt vinegar crisp, big crispy shell. Yeah, he plays for Big Crisp now. So oh, there's that as well, yeah. Skip a couple of seasons and then jump in. That could work. I've never done that myself personally, but maybe I should have considered it. FM console. There's a man who thinks the world's square. How are we? We're all good. We're all good, thank you, console. We've had a great night tonight. Brilliant. Honestly, it's a cuboid. See? Didn't say it was a circle, did he? Didn't say it was a circle. And I have not set him up at all. Right? I'll start the conspiracies. You can't start what's already happened. I've already... Oh my. I don't even think Chris is in the Discord to put him in the mod chat yet. I'll have to make that happen. I'm high on the paint fumes. He has been here. He has. He knows we've been boffing. Yeah. Let him back in. Poor console. Have you got the record for the most mutes? Over here, yeah, like on TikTok, it's Liverpool and Newcastle fans. Oh, honestly, in a sense, streaming on TikTok's been brilliant because it's given me a platform and an extra presence to look at. But also the people that I've attracted, I don't think I'm their crowd. But I try. I do try. That's why I went with the conspiracy nut angle. See if we can drum up some business tonight. TJ's TikTok has the weirdos. I think so. In all seriousness, I haven't been lurking. I've literally walked in. Right, let me give you a quick rundown then, console, on what you've missed. So we started the night off with a young lad called Ben, who's a streamer and a Newcastle fan. And he was talking about Newcastle as they do, and of course I was mocking them as I do. You never need context. I know, but tonight you might do. You can tell he hasn't been here because we've been winning games. That's fair as well. That is fair. So here we are. So Ben's having a great time trying to tell us, Newcastle things, and I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. And then of course he starts going on about how his knowledge of football is limited, and we're like, well, we've worked this one out because you're 21, and we told him that the Champions League was obviously used to be the European Cup, and that it was only ever contested by the champions, and he didn't fully understand that. And then he didn't understand that Vinnie Jones was a footballer. He thought Vinnie Jones was an actor. He was unsure about the fact that Vinnie Jones was a footballer beforehand. He was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Couldn't work out if we were making things up or not. And then we had some people over on TikTok trying to argue with me about Newcastle, and so we timed them out. And then the same with Liverpool fans, I timed them out as well. And then it all got a bit blurry when we started talking about overhead kicks for a little bit, and we worked out that, of course, overhead kicks aren't all overhead kicks. Some of them are scorpion kicks, some of them are bicycle kicks, some of them are scissor kicks, some are proper overhead kicks. And we then thought that, well, obviously Rooney's isn't an overhead kick because it comes off his shin pad, so not the best overhead kick ever. And then Garnacho's overhead kick is just against Everton, so what's the point of that? It's not an important overhead kick. But, Gareth Bale's in the Champions League final is really good because it's in the Champions League final. And then, obviously, Mexes is good because it's in the Champions League and it's because he's a defender. And then, Trevor Sinclair's free overhead kick was mentioned. Then we started looking at free kicks because, young kids try to tell me that Payet's free kick was the greatest free kick ever. And I was like, well, no, it's not that good, really, is it? And so we started showing some decent free kicks, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, good point, TJ, yeah, you were right again. And then I don't really understand how we got, then of course we started talking about the crisps from the other night, and how squares are still the most saltiest and vinegariest crisps of all, and that's why they're God tier. And then someone was trying to argue, but actually, discos are better, and I was like, no, it's not. And then I went down, and this is where it gets weird, right? Is when I basically said, look, that square is the best shape because, circles are class, but everyone said, you think about the Earth, the globe, it's a circle, it's a spherical shape, but people refer to it as the four corners of the globe, so they think in squares rather than circles, and I think it was at that moment I lost everybody. Just clip this explanation of what happened on stream. It seems pretty much like me trying to do a PowerPoint presentation at work while my colleagues keep asking questions about unrelated things. It sounds very much like, when they have 24 hours in police custody. And you're all sat there watching it going, I wish they'd just say something other than no comment. This is the sort of thing they'd come out with. And then they just sit there and go, Just don't really know what to say about that, to be honest. Just gonna go make a phone call. And he asked if kettle chips had a cat's bumhole flavour. No. The context there was I asked whether or not kettle chips taste nice, because you said they had a flavour, and I said, well, was it a good or a bad flavour? Because everything has a flavour. For example, a cat's bumhole has a flavour. That doesn't really make it. That doesn't really help, does it? Hello, new people, as Dan says. Yes. Yeah. It's been another one of those streams. Full circle, which means circles are better than squares, therefore discos are better than squares. Ooh, interesting. Chris, very interesting. Let me think about that for a second. Now the United City's here, right? Because United City is a man of great intellect, and I don't know where he would stand on this situation. Evening, Kev. How are you, my friend? It's a pleasure to have you in. I can't fill you up on everything. But what I will say, we haven't even had any hooch. Exactly. Kev, what's better, squares or circles? Just without any context. And don't get me wrong, right? The circle is wonderful, right? You know, the circle of life, you know, a wheel. Those compasses you got at school where you could draw circles. Brilliant. Squares are good though, aren't they? You know? A wrestling ring is a squared circle, which is just a square. Try driving with square wheels. How many square footballs do you see? Circles are better than squares. Who wants to be a square? You can draw a square inside the circle. Yeah. You can draw a circle inside a square, though. I think the United States is going to try and bring logic and intellect to this. It may undo my argument here somewhat. Don't get me wrong, right? You know, don't get me wrong. Of course, circles do help things. Yeah, bowling would be rubbish if you just. But also, Kev likes Minecraft, and that's all squares, right? Squares are boring though. Even like the moon. Welcome before the logic. We also had trigonometry being mentioned, a new word for the stream. Yeah, nothing to do with only fools and horses, by the way, because we wouldn't talk about that on stream. Corners are a human construct. Nobody fell backed into a corner before humans. Not that we know about. What about triangles? 2 triangles fit in a square perfectly, Helix. They don't fit inside a circle, do they? Where's Pythagoras' theorem? On the triangles. Not enough love shown for septagons. A dodecahedron is just a square that wants to be a circle. Yeah? Squares are better because squares can make circles. Circles can't make squares. Yeah, a rhombus is basically a square. A rectangle is a square that's showing off. Yeah, a proud square, if anything. You can't score from a circle kick. Can you score from a square kick? You can, can't you? Like, there's square kicks, like... Yeah, oh yeah. If you kick someone in the balls, you kick them square on. You don't kick them circle on, do you? There's a septagon, a transformer. No, a septagon's what you get on holiday when a mosquito bites you. I was tempted to say that what is a world without either squares or circles, so let's not discriminate and just get along, but that's far too deep. I don't care which is best, but if you're talking crisps, he's onto us. Then McCoys are better than squares or discos. He said it. Honestly, Kev's chosen violence, hasn't he? Harry Sharp, I need a fun save. Any ideas? Loads, Harry, but what you want is what you want just in the top 5 leagues in Europe. I'll give you a fun save. Botafogo in Brazil. Or PSS Sleman in Indonesia. Or Shimizu S-Pulse in the J-League. So the debate, Kev, came from whether salt and vinegar squares were better than salt and vinegar discos. And I said that salt and vinegar squares were more saltier and vinegarier than their disco counterpart. Steak is vegetarian. Everything's vegetarian, really. Vegetarians could eat it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you explode. They're just choosing not to. For their opinions and their beliefs, which is absolutely fine, but it doesn't mean it's not suitable for vegetarians. You don't want a fun save, you want to debate circles or squares. Salt and vinegar McCoys can definitely hurt you on a good or bad day, so I'll still go with them. He's thrown a curveball there, hasn't he? I think Kev likes a ridged crisp, I reckon. Everything's vegan these days, as it should be, But it's just proof that everything is edible for everybody, isn't it? Did you want to know the only club in Belarus that has McCoy's in the bar is money launderers Arsenal Zhizhinsk, who found it through dodgy ground deal. There you go. There we go. It's all about the ridge. Ridge for Kev's pleasure. That's what he's known for. A skip's still a thing. They are still a thing. I don't know if they tang or twizzle, not twizzle, sizzle as much on your tongue anymore as they used to. What do you reckon of the idea then, Harry? Are we going with Botafogo? IRE. Also, well, circular houses. Pointless crisps of Walker's Salt and Shake. Walker's Salt and Shake are the equivalent of, you know, when you go to a restaurant, right? And it's a serve yourself, and then they still ask for a tip at the end. That's Walker's Salt and Shake. You've got to do all the hard work here, and you've still got to pay for the privilege, and then someone else is being like, oh yeah, are they good crisps? You're like, well, I've just made them myself. I like a roundhouse, but they don't have round doors. But a roundhouse is a kick, true. But also so is kicking someone square on. You do have a square kick. It's literally you stand square onto them. It's called standing square on. You square up to someone. Yeah, and then you kick him in the clacks. I gave you a bowl to get your salad in. That's £3 tip, Harvester. Yeah. Oh yeah. We put a service charge on, but it's optional. Why? Well, all you've done is told me where. You've done nothing. You've told me where to sit and then asked me if I've been here before. And you've pointed to me for me to go and say, "Oh, see all that food over there? That's where you get the food." As if I couldn't have worked it out myself. I'm not paying a tip for that. I'm sorry. Salt and Shaker like Notts County. Hang on, this is a reach. I'm in for this. They still exist, but their only real marketing point is they were one of the first. That is a wonderful. We're clipping a lot of this tonight, and putting it into the stream chat. Some of this is brilliant. That is beautiful. I get judged for taking more than 2 plates of salad in the unlimited salad bar before my meal. This is the problem, console. Don't eat it all before your meal. That's what they want you to do. They want you to fill up on salad so you don't eat the rest of the food. What you do, get one plate of salad first, bowl of salad, then go and start getting your food, and then add your salad as you're going through. But if you eat loads of salad first, then technically you've gone and paid £20 for a salad. They know what they're doing. They've got you. Big Harvester are onto you. Honestly, we need to bottle this stream. This energy. I don't know if I could match this energy every single night. Honestly, the pasta at the Harvester used to be great. Now it's shit. I mean, whew, we won't clip mad batshit crazy. I never need context. That's a t-shirt slogan. It is. TJ, 16 courses of Ben Brazil for my birthdays. 2 salad bowls is fine. Ben Brazil's decent as well. Nygaard again. But you could have had 18 bowls had you not had the 2 salads. This is like when Homer Simpson sues the shrimp restaurant for kicking him out for having all he could eat. This is exactly at MCG, and a great Simpsons reference, by the way. Does this sound like a man who's had all he could eat? What did we do, Mrs. Simpson? We drove straight home. Mrs. Simpson, may I remind you you're under oath? We drove around for 4 hours looking for another all-you-can-eat seafood restaurant. Bravo. Bravo, MCG. What's the best salad bar? Pizza Hut or Harvester? Oh. Rougeau's in there with the big questions, isn't he? Ooh. Do you know what? When you couldn't find one, what did you do? We went fishing. Yeah, I forgot the extra line that goes with that. It's just wonderful. I forgot there was another bit to that. Well played, Chris. Thank you. Thank you for that. Seasons 2 to 12 are a quote fest. Aren't they just? Aren't they? You know? Right, this is the day that we've been waiting for, people. You all said that I was mad for doing this. Some of you wanted to get transferred to another peanut factory. Tell what's gone downhill. Big Luke's. It was rubbish, but it's worse. Is that the Big Luke's barbecue house, or was it? Come for the free, stay for the food. Yar! That be no man. Three seasons of peak Simpsons back-to-back bangers. If you look through Disney, it's incredible. I know. I need to introduce the kids to the Simpsons. It's in the Metro Centre upstairs. Oh, okay. I'll have a look at that. Pizza wins because the pizza sliced in it at the salad bar, and I can embrace the thought that pizza is basically salad. I like that, Kev. I like it. I like your thinking there. I love the Simpsons episode where Chief Wiggum takes Homer's driving license, and Homer gets in the car, and Marge goes, "Homer, you can't drive. Chief Wiggum's taking your license." And he goes, "I'm going to try anyway." And he turns the car keys and it starts, and he goes, "Woohoo! It worked." Homer, you'll kill us all, or die trying. One of my favourite lines is when Homer invents a makeup gun that shoots Marge in the face. Homer, you've set it on whore. I do remember that bit. In just 2 tickets, you'll have to speak up, I'm wearing a towel. The fingers you've used are too fat. Please bash the handset repeatedly and we'll send you a new one. Are you going Super Bowl crazy? Ingest 2 tickets and really get into the spirit. Tickets should not be taken orally. See, kids? Because of me, they now have a warning. Why are we sat down here anyway? Like, everyone else is all upstairs. Oh, you lot are idiots. Isn't it obvious? Mr. Burns wants us to protect this bee and make sure it doesn't escape. What's this Homer one? He's about to hit a chestnut tree. Simpson, Homer Simpson, he's the greatest guy in history. From the town of Springfield, he's about to hit a chestnut tree. Don't! Homer building the barbecue is fantastic. I call this failed attempt at barbecue number 1. It's outsider art. It's very now. Le Grill. What the hell is that? Season 4 had Whacking Day. Oh, yeah. Monorail. Ralph with the Choo Choo card. Mr. Plow. That name again is Mr. Plow. Why doesn't mine look that? Oh, I think that needs to be the meme. Tickets should not be taken orally when my employer decides to add pointless guidance to our procedures. Yeah. We thought they knew how to rock in Shelbyville, but no one rocks as much as Springfield. Good night, Springton. There will be no encore. I used the Homer Grill as a meme for Golden Generation FM. Nice. Nice. Is Rougeau right? Are we're top of the league. Jesus. This is what happens when we don't pay any attention. Keith Downs. Oh, Keegan Downs. Even Dockery. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate the follow. My ankles are wet, my legs are bone dry. Everything's coming up, Millhouse. Oh. A gime? What the hell's a gime? Oh, a gime. Go into there and I will shout insults at you. Up and at them. Anything with Bane used to make me roll with laughter. Up and at them. It's up and at them. Up and at them. Up and at them. Up and at them. No, better. My eyes, the goggles do nothing. Troy McClure, you may remember me. Mm-hmm. Why must life be so difficult? I'll finally get to understand what the J in Homer J. Simpson stands for. It stands for Homer J. Simpson. Why must I fail every attempt at masonry? Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such public service videos as Designated Drivers, The Life-Saving Nerds, and Phony Tornado Alarms Reduce Readiness. I'm here today to give you the skinny on shoplifting, thereby completing my plea bargain with the good people at Foot Locker of Beverly Hills. The B-sharps. What's the Stonecutter episode one? Is it remove the stone of shame. Woohoo! Attach the stone of pride. Don't. The juice loosener, Homer squeezing an orange against his eye. Do you know there are so many conspiracy theories about The Simpsons on YouTube? Oh, yeah, it predicts the future apparently. And all of these ones are done by AI, obviously. Now I have the Stonecutter song in my head. I can get rid of the Stonecutter song for you by going, oh look, it's springy, the Springfield Spring. 99,000 springs to flush down, 99,000 springs. You twirl one round, you flush one down. Homer, are you flushing springs? No. 999 springs to flush down. I reckon Homer's still living off the B-Sharp's royalties. Nice. I misquote The Simpsons too often. The president says they pay me to lead, not to read. I like that one as well. Sean Kitchen, injured, out for 4 months. Damn it. Springs did save lives, yeah. Homer talks to the pie in the oven. Which one's that? Can you check Straczynski for Wonder Kids? I mean, we're probably going to struggle, Robin, because we've obviously got an attributeless skin on, which Kevin's just spotted there. It's the Musterman skin, Kevin. So if you type in Musterman FM24 skin onto your search engine, then you'll see what's going down. Yeah. But yeah, we're in a Journeyman save as well, Robin, and we're also doing moneyballing, so we're not really going to be looking for Wonder Kids per se, you know. But welcoming though, all good, thank you. I'm gonna chomp, 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 chomp.
I better go check that out. Now, Homer, don't you eat this pie.
I already know where this is going.
Okay. All right, Pie. I'm just gonna do this. And if you get eaten, it's your own fault.
Hum, 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 hum.
Oh! 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 My! Oh, the hell with it.
Yeah. You've gone mad with power, of course I have. If you try to go mad without power, nobody listens. What was the monkey's name? I don't know. I want to call him like sort of. Is it Mr. Is it not Mr. Tinny? Mr. Teeny, yeah. Homer and Mojo. It's called a flaming. It's called a flaming Mo. It's called a flaming Mo. Definitely not flaming Homer. Mo, you just lost yourself a customer. And the secret ingredient is cough syrup. Homer had a helper monkey. Do I remember that one? Do I remember that? I need to think about that one. We've covered it all tonight. We have done. Honestly, chat, you've all smashed it. You have all smashed it tonight. I called him Bubbles and quickly remembered that was Michael Jackson's monkey. It was, wasn't it? I'm going to think of the monkey with the symbols. Or the one in his brain. Yeah. Alright, brain, I don't like you and you don't like me. So for the next hour, we're going to concentrate on this test, then I can go back to killing you with beer. Have we got a deal? Deal. Why do you want to pass the driving test? Oh, so I can stick it up Homer Simpson's butt. Excuse me. Was Grimy the name of the monkey? Right. Maybe because we've got a Simpsons vibe, but does this sound like you don't win friends with salad? You don't win friends with salad? Oh, Frank Grimes. Oh, are you going to give a bit of business to old Gil? Oh, your old friend Gil. Gil is David Moyes. Oh, so close. Don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad. Right, let's see. That's Malmo here. Just, for some reason, I'm going to try and make it look like we're focusing on the save for a second. It's a throw in. Deep in our territory, possibly? Oh, no, it's not. It's deep in their territory. Jefferson, back post! Ayari, we're still unbeaten in the league. You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad. Sorry, Lisa. It was very catchy. I never knew it was a Simpsons quote. My friend often quotes me, "Got for food." I never asked. Yeah. It was a contest for children. Yeah, and Homer beat their brains out. Oh no. Right, played 6, won 4, drawn 2, lost none. Chat, none. 7 goals conceded in 6 games. We haven't really maybe fixed our defence, but 16 goals scored's good. That'll do. So just to summarise on tonight's stream, right? Football was invented after 2010. The Earth is a square, and The Simpsons is the most quotable TV show of all time. Because The Simpsons is more quotable than Friends, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? That's probably the closest comparison, I think. Because I'm not a Family Guy person. I couldn't get with a Family Guy. Yeah. I think because I love The Simpsons too much. I think I almost went on lockdown with it. And I was just like, nah, you know what? Nah, it's not. I'm not watching it. And then I ended up on ITV, and I was like, it's probably shit then. You know, Simpsons is multi-generational. Yeah, I think it's because it spans so long that it can't help but be respected. South Park is ultimately quotable, but that's just me. Yeah, I sort of zoned out of South Park after a while. Like, it was class when it first started. I was like, this is brilliant. Futurama again was pretty good. But again, I don't think I can quote it as much. And South Park, maybe like season 4, season 5 or something. I was like, I didn't quite get it. I didn't quite stay into it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I think The Simpsons, it's just been a constant. It's always been there. The Princess Love, kill it. Are we about to should we welcome our new overlords? This reporter says yes. There's a Santa robot with machine guns that made me fall in love with Futurama. I love Futurama. I thought it was excellent. But again, I don't think I watched it anywhere near as much as I watched The Simpsons. And I know it was on after The Simpsons or before. It was before, wasn't it? So it would have been there or thereabouts on the TV. But yeah, I just think it's not as good overall. It wasn't on for a long time. That's true. Yeah, its star shone bright, didn't it? They've rebooted Futurama a few times as a new season on Disney. Oh, really? That's interesting. Says a lot about the quotability of The Simpsons when I recognised almost all your quotes tonight and haven't watched more than a handful of episodes. Really, Dubs? I think that does say a lot then, doesn't it? That does say a lot. I think I presume that everyone watches The Simpsons. I presume that. Like, a lot of the new stuff, I've not watched a lot of the new stuff, but yeah, I presume that everybody has watched it all the time, because it used to always be on Channel 4, I think. So, like, again, same with Friends. It was like, 6 o'clock, Simpsons. It's on. That's it. Simpsons more relatable. It was before the digital era. Everyone was watching Simpsons on terrestrial. Yeah. Then followed digital. Once everyone had more than 5 channels, everything got diluted culturally. It did. It ended up with Sky One, though, didn't it? So, 790 episodes of The Simpsons. My word. You gotta respect the graft, right? That's a lot of graft. I thought it was more. I wouldn't even like to have taken a guess, to be honest, Dan. Like, I think, I don't know if 790 feels like more or less than I would expect. I've got no idea. I guess because it's always on, you presume every episode's like, there's one for every single day of the year, but then you got to bloody repeat. So maybe that's the problem. But yeah, if you count 52 weeks in a year, and obviously it'll be only 20 episodes per season, I suppose. My parents from the wrong side of the hill, couldn't get satellite, my poor deprived childhood. Oh, cyclist. Start calling you Rishi Sunak, mate. You never had Sky growing up. Jeez. Oh, can't believe I've attracted such poverty to the stream. That's a tongue-in-cheek remark, by the way. So please don't anyone come at me with that one. Ian Ruff, appreciate the raid, my friend. Very kind. Thank you. How was the stream? Welcome in, Raiders. I can't even begin to explain what's going on tonight. There's been no Football Manager chat. It's been nonsense. But here we are.
Switch.
Yeah, how was your stream, Ruff? What was going? Raiders, we're on a journeyman save at the minute. We are in Sweden. We're currently managing BK Hacken. We've had 4 years in Finland. We've had 3 years in Romania. We've had 2 years in Poland. We've had a year already in Sweden here. And somehow we're unbeaten after 7 games. We've not really focused on any of these matches at all, to be honest, and yet we haven't lost. So we'll take that. We'll take that. I'm glad to hear it was good, buddy. I want to say thank you for the raid. Should say as well, I'm a host of the FM Show podcast. If you haven't seen that, go and check that out. That's available every single Thursday. Hey, guess when tomorrow is? Thursday. So make sure you're locked on that tomorrow at lunchtime. Download the episode. Me, Cy Maggio, RDF Tactics, Second Yellow Card joins us tomorrow. Giving our FM26 wish list part 1, because since there's going to be a few of those over the next 18 months, maybe? I don't know. Who knows? King of the Hill's making a comeback. I heard this as well. And isn't it like the whole thing about like how King of the Hill would basically be MAGA? Is that there's a problem with it, isn't it? It's like, right, where do we stand with this now? Is there a Breaking Bad 2 as well, by the way? Did I see something on Twitter yesterday? Vents off the post. Oh, your Stephens has gone down. Oh, look at that. Dub straight in with a, I just want a released game. Like, oh. Pants. We never even mentioned that, Dubs. We didn't even mention the fact that we wanted it to be released. We presumed it would be at some point. So we sort of left that bit uncovered and untouched. And went more for the feature rich things that we wanted. And done a trailer for the new King of the Hill, and the producer of Breaking Bad are bringing out a Contagious, that's what they call. Never assume. Fair.
Switch.
feel like we're chasing shadows. I sense we're going to concede a goal. Actual FM discussion on FM stream. Always nice to have someone pull us back in the reason we're here. It's stopped now, though. Cyclist, it's stopped. Go back to nonsense again. I think it's AI made up nonsense. That could be. Oh, nodded down. Oh! Nearly a debut goal for Stanovic.
Switch.
Oh, keep with a great save. Wonder if they'll do a roadmap for FM26. I never want to see a roadmap again. Everyone loves a roadmap, right? Why is Scrubs the best ever comedy? And there's some questions here. Why is Scrubs the best comedy? Is it? I wouldn't say that. I'd struggle to put Scrubs in the top 10, top 15. I will caveat that with I haven't watched lots of it, but the bits I've seen, I've not found it particularly hilarious. But then again, things like the Big Bang Theory as well, I'm like, I don't find that particularly funny either. I'm quite hard to please though. That's the problem. Scrubs is definitely in the top 1,000. Yeah, that's probably fair, Muster Man. Yeah, Scrubs is definitely a sitcom. Community is the best comedy series ever. Community is very good, but then of course it does tail off towards the end, doesn't it? But when it started out, very, very funny. Very funny indeed. Blackadder. Blackadder's good. Brown Bear. Again, I'll get that. I'll happily take that. It's not even the best medical-based show. Well, the funniest. No. That's right. The funniest medical-based show is, of course, House. Yeah, Blackadder's good. I like Blackadder. Keep away from David Jason shows people. Yeah, exactly. He's a wrong'un. So anybody who says only fools and horses is going to get timed out. Right, simple as that. First season of Scrubs was good, went downhill afterwards. Again, I've not really seen enough of it to comment, Ian, but the bits that I saw, I wasn't really... I think the fact that what I saw didn't make me watch more. I'd probably class that as a bit of a problem. Personally, I'll be like, yeah, this is not good enough for me to keep watching. Blackadder still holds up. Watched them recently. Yeah, it does. It does. Like, yes, Prime Minister still, of course, holds up. No, it's not story based, but the funniest TV show for me is Taskmaster. Oh, current comedy show. Yes, agree, Kev. Taskmaster, absolutely the best show out there at the minute. I have said to you all before as well. One of my friends, they said, Tony, you should go on Taskmaster. You should go on Taskmaster because then you could be one of the unknown comedians. I was like, brilliant. It's a backhanded insult right there, isn't it? Watch Bottom, some great bits, but some shite. Yeah, but to be expected in it. It was again that absurdity of humour. Why is David Jason cancelled? Just Google it, cyclist. Just Google it. The thick of it is top tier. The thick of it is class, Muster Man. You're a man of impeccable taste. What do you think of the last one, Laughing on Prime? Oh, do you know, right, just see what, right? So I'd watched it before when they did it in America. And they did it in an Irish one as well. And I don't know. Like, Bob Mortimer is a genius. We know that, right? And that was mint. right? Like, it just shows how clever Bob Mortimer is. And the comics that were on are brilliant, by the way. Don't get me wrong. Like, and I love them all. I've worked with all of them as well. And they're all fantastic. But I just think the format is difficult to buy into. I don't know. There was something that I didn't quite get with it. The funny bits were really, really funny, but there was some bits where I was just like, I'm not sure if this is like awkward, which I guess is part of its charm, really. Maybe I need to watch it again, possibly, because I watched the Irish one a while back, and Aisling B was on it, and I love Aisling B. I think she's incredible. But yeah, there was just something that just didn't sit. Maybe they were too big. The comedians were too big. Maybe it's that. Yeah, that star power. It sort of lost a bit of its authenticity. Maybe it is that. Yeah, maybe I'd have been more interested seeing quote unquote unknown comedians, which basically just means that, you know, comedians that haven't spent the last 10 years on TV. So maybe that could have been it, actually. Maybe they're holding a bit back for rating. Possibly. As I say, something didn't quite click with me, and I didn't know what it was or how it was. Also, Richard Ayoade as well as one of those ones where, there's been a lot suggested about him. But yeah, I think as a concept, I think it's good. Like I said, maybe I would have preferred sort of like not your top TV comics on there. Maybe it would make for a slightly more interesting dynamic had that not been the case. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe it would work. Maybe it just wouldn't work. Maybe it needs that elite level of comic for it to work. You know, maybe see something like Frank Skinner on there. Was Frank Skinner on this one? He was on Taskmaster on that much. Have you seen the thing on Dave where you have to sit in the crowd silent to win money, and if you make a noise you lose $5,000? No. Although I must admit I haven't watched Dave, well, since I've been in this house, which is what, 8 years I think. Richard Ayoade is the voice of my employer's adverts. Danny Dyer doing Harry Potter improv was mental. Again, what a wonderful sentence. What a wonderful sentence that is. Everything about it is perfect. Came out on YouTube, Dermot O'Leary presented with Catherine Ryan and Sean, who snogged the dancer on Strictly. I don't know who Sean snagged. Sean Walsh. Sean Walsh. Again, very funny comics. Sean Walsh. Catherine Ryan, I love her. She's so funny. And Sean Walsh's last special was really good. In fact, yeah, my mate Kai's just put a new special up as well on YouTube. Go and watch that. Mike Rice has just put a special out as well, which is really, really good. What else did I watch recently? Went to say Sean Locke, but I knew it was the other one. Sean Locke. There's a funny man. There's a funny man. Sean Locke. Definitely watch Life Was Unknown comedy circuit acts. I think that's the thing. Maybe for me that's what it is, Muster Man. It's the era of celebrity. Sounds like all the cool kids are putting specials on YouTube. TG, we should get on it. I should, Kev. It's something that I've thought about for a while. It's something that I've thought I need to do. Like, I do feel like I'm out of the loop with comedy, and maybe I should get back into it. I don't know. I think it feels like every other month I keep having this sort of almost belief that I'll get back to it at some point, and the stars never quite align, and something else pops up. We've talked about Football Manager Ruin My Life 2 or whatever. So I guess we just have to get a move on with FM Con and do it then. Yeah. LOL's been renewed for season 2. Get on it. Oh, cool. I'll do that then. what's the most dedication you've seen to the comedy craft? I once saw an early Mark Watson show where there was a wood box on stage where he let the audience in. He was in the box and made about 30 minutes from what he could hear. Sat within the box on stage. I was impressed. Mark Watson's brilliant. Like, he started his show the other day in the balcony. He was just like, oh, he was in this theatre, and he was like, oh, I might as well start from up here. And it was great, really, really great. I loved doing set list as well. So there was a thing that was it was ran by, who was it ran by? Big company in America, and it became this thing that went on TV in America, and the set list was top level comics again going on stage, and the topics were given in front of them, and they had to make stuff up on the spot and improv just based on what was put on the screen. And it was honestly so nerve-wracking. I've seen incredible comics crumble doing that. Richard Herring struggled with it. He did well. He managed to get it, but out of his comfort zone. Her name's just gone out of my head. Who was I was about to say was superb. I'll come back. Her name's just gone out of my head. MC Hammersmith does that sort of improv brilliantly. Yeah, no. He takes the suggestions from the audience and he makes it into a rap, and it is amazing. Chris Turner does the same as well. But this is like something's written on the wall and you've got to riff an entire routine out of it. So it's like not just making reference to the word or whatever, which I know is not what MC Hammersmith does, and I'm certainly not, downgrading anything he does, because he is incredible. It's isn't that Mock the Week? No, because that's all scripted. That's all scripted, so they've all had time to rehearse that and write that. Whereas this is like in front of a live audience who've paid to see you. You're all advertised as being like these great guys, and then, or great comedians, and then going, right, now what are you like when we pick what you talk about? And Sarah Pascoe is amazing at it. She's so good. So yeah, so when you see these acts that are wonderful acts with written comedy, what are their improv skills like? So Sloss do it one night. So as I saw Richard Herring, Pascoe was incredible. Pascoe was on LOL. Pascoe's so funny. Roisin Connaughton is amazing as well. There's a question that Musterman had asked, which was, out of interest, besides yourselves, who would be your favourite UK circuit act? Gary Delaney, for me. So he's one-liner comic, and he's just got a million jokes and then some, and every single one of them is a banger. And because I can't write jokes and gags, it impresses me as to how good he is, and his hit rate is so good. We're about to lose. Yeah, I fucking love Gary Delaney. He's the master. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, he's just wonderful. Brennan Reese is like on fire at the minute. He's so good. The Have a Word boys, Dan Nightingale, Adam Rowe, are like mint. They're a different circuit to what I'm on now. Mark Nelson is mint, just like proper good circuit headliner. Susie McCabe is outstanding, bulletproof. Can't follow her. MC Hammersmith, you've just mentioned there, is just like next level. It's weird because there's always going to be someone I'm going to miss off, and it's not for any reason other than the fact that there are that many great comics. And I always feel bad, and then like tomorrow morning I'll be like, oh shit, I should have mentioned such and such. Retro Dadson, welcome in, Dadson. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Appreciate the raid, my friend. Welcome in, Raiders. you've joined us as we're about to lose our first game of the season. So, I'm not saying it's your fault. It's not your fault. It's our fault. Yeah, here we are. 2-1 down. Not happy. Red card and everything. Yes, everything's all good. Everything is all good. Thank you. I mentioned Liam Farrelly the other night. Liam's great. Yeah. It's your fault for turning up. Well, look, console, we've had a good run, right? We've won matches while you've been here. Doesn't normally happen like that. Yeah, but you know, here we are. It is a thing. It is a thing. I saw Susie McKay at the Fringe last year and I couldn't breathe. She was so funny. Oh, honestly, she's like the female Kevin Bridges. She's just that, like, bang, 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 like relentless. Absolutely relentless. I remember her starting out and I was just watching her just going like, yeah, here's a superstar. Like, you can just tell. You can just tell when you see acts that just are better than everything. They've just got it. They've got something. And you're like, yeah, she's going to go to the top. She's going to go to the absolute top. And she will. She absolutely will. What's that looking like? Oh, there you go. Right, we finished the month, which seems like a reasonable end point, I suppose. Here comes the guillotine with Susie, Frankie, and CMB is brilliant. Yeah, I mean it kind of has to be, doesn't it? With those three, they're all a bit good. They're all a bit good. So yeah, so there we go then. That's, do you know what? That's where we are, right? That's where we are. I think tonight's been fun. I've had fun. I don't know if anyone else has had fun, but I've had fun. It's certainly been interesting. It's not been FM at any point. It's been chaos. I suggest, well, I'm going to go for a lie down, right, while I think about what I've said tonight. But we should come back on Monday. We should hang out again on Friday, and reconvene and see if the temperature check is still the same as it is. And I'm sure it will be. Come back for more chaos on Friday. We're going to go over and send some love to Breezy now. We haven't seen Breezy for a little while, so go and show him love. He rated us the other day. You're going to love him. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Check out the podcast tomorrow and see you all on Friday. Look after yourselves. Speak to you in a bit. Bye now.